Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be channeling your angels, ancestors, and guides like always. So let's just hop right in and see what they have for you. Okay. So the back of the deck is the Queen of Cups, followed by the Five of Wands. So you're sitting very firm in your emotional grounded state. As we talked about last time in the last reading, you have found peace and the state of emotional clarity for yourself. And, and now you're living it. Now you're embodying it. So this is how you come off. This is the energy that you're exuding at this moment. It's beautiful. It's grounded. It's still like life-giving though. It's not stagnant. It's just flowing, always, ever flowing. With the Five of Wands right behind it, I'm seeing that people might be a bit upset now that you're not so emotionally reactive towards them, right? Because I feel like a lot of people use reactions as social cues or like specifically when someone is wanting attention, but they're not getting it. And so it doesn't really matter what kind of reaction you give them as long as it's a reaction, right? And so that's kind of what is the underlying tones behind you stepping into this power for yourself. A lot of people are having to look at themselves, having to gain a higher perspective of the situation because they completely misread you. They completely misunderstood just who you were, and who you are is the magician. You are an alchemizer. You are the maker of your reality. And these people just didn't know that. They might be unaware of Hermetic laws altogether, but because of you, they are now finding out that side of the world, that side of existence, and just how deep-rooted and how beautiful it actually is without the conditioning of fear, right? Of hyper-religious upbringings where they fear the occult because it's not of God. But there's actually a lot of occultism that is based in faith, that is based in light, that is based in love. And so you have been a key that has unlocked doors for people when it comes to esoteric knowledge. And so you're almost a doorkeeper. You allow people to go through, and if they're not ready to go through, they usually just run away from you or they just avoid you, right? So it's easy on that end. Let me have some water. Okay. So that was all the energy. Let's actually tap into the cards I pulled out for you. Knight of Wands in reverse, followed by the Two of Wands in reverse. So there is a little bit of stagnation. There is a lack of movement. And Spirit is bringing this to your attention because it's not actually you. It's not you that is causing stagnation. It's just a lack of choice, right? It's just up, I guess it is in a way up to you, right, to make that choice. But it isn't something inherently in you that needs to be uncovered, right? I think that's what they mean. It's not something that needs to be uncovered. I think you're fully aware of the choices in front of you and which path it will lead you down. And so right now, there is a bit of indecision on your end. And, you know, it might be for good reason. Maybe there's a lot of variables that are causing a lot of confusion, and there's just lack of clarity in a situation. There's just lack of communication overall. That's what I'm hearing. And so this indecision is because there's a feeling of lack somewhere. And with the Five of Cups right next to the Knight of Wands, and it's also in reverse, it's showing me that within the feeling of lack, you're going to find the clarity. Where you feel lack in your life is exactly the answer as to where you should head. Okay, so an example. Let's say you have a choice of opening more up to the world, or, you know, keeping it contained and safe right where you are. And what are the consequences of choosing either one? If you choose safety, you're going to have comfort, you're going to have safety within those parameters. But your nervous system might not feel that safe, because what your nervous system is really wanting you to do is to honor yourself, and not to repress those parts of you, right? And so you're going to feel that repression when you choose the safe route. That's just kind of a consequence of choosing safety, right? And this is just an example. And then if you choose the other route where you blossom, you just you channel that Sagittarius energy, that fire horse energy, and you just do it. You just put action to it. What are the consequences of that? Progress, small, actionable steps that lead to progress. And is it scary? Yes, because it's uncomfortable. So that's one of the kickers of choosing that path, right? There's uncomfortability in that choice as well. And so there's going to be uncomfortability in both choices. It's just up to you whether you want things to remain where they are or not. Because even if you choose comfort, I think, collective, you're at this point in your life where choosing comfort actually makes you a bit uncomfortable. And because you're so ready to try new things, you're so ready to open up and invite new chapters into your life, new people into your life, and new memories to be created. And I think that's what your soul is really yearning for, because you've come to a lot of acceptance over what has occurred. Okay, you have actually healed a lot. And I'm going to keep saying it, because I don't think you know, we can get into this trap where we're constantly healing and we're not actually living our lives. And like, sometimes we just don't need to be in that state. Sometimes we need to be out in the world and creating things around us, because we are creators. We are the magician, right? Like we pulled out earlier, you are the magician. And so spirit's like, you need to be out there. You just, like, that world is also meant for you. You are safe in that world as well. You are safe being seen. You are safe being heard. You are safe being perceived, and you are safe being you. You're allowed to be bold. You're allowed to be brazen. You're allowed to be loud, and you're allowed to be expressive in whichever way you please. And you still belong in this world, even as you are. Even if you can't believe that, it's the truth. You belong here just as you are. You're perfect, just as you are. And, you know, if we have perfectionistic tendencies, we might not think we're ever going to be ready. And that's honestly the truth. We're never going to feel absolutely ready. There's no time in life where you're just going to be like, all right, let's do this. Or like, things have to like align perfectly for you to feel ready. Sometimes you just need to wake up and be like, yeah, it's time. Let's do this. What I said earlier is exactly the energy. Spirit is like trying to tune you into where you're no longer holding on to this baggage. You're no longer holding on to the past, and you're standing in your truth. You're standing in your clarity. Okay. You're standing in your awareness. Okay, King of Swords, clarified by the Ten of Wands. By letting go of the burdens that you have carried basically for a long time now, let's be honest. You're letting it go. You've let it go. It's brought so much more peace and clarity to your life. You're able to understand what is yours and what is not. And that was the purpose of this time in your life. And you may have felt isolated, you may have felt stagnant, but the whole point of this part of your life was to reduce the noise so that you may gain clarity. Because that wisdom can only come from you. That readiness can only come from you, right? And so when you allow yourself time to process, to deal with what needs to be dealt with as it comes up, right? Your body's very intuitive. It knows what to bring up in order to heal and alchemize, to integrate, right? No longer separation of self, but bringing it all together. And when we meet those little parts, it's like collecting all the little bits that make us us, right? And then once we come out of that mode, it's time to realize that we have a lot more space in our energetic field, in our mental space, in our emotional space to hold, just to have that space for others. Because if it's filled with the past and trauma and things that aren't in your life anymore, there's just no room for new. And new cannot fit in with the old. The energy just doesn't work. And so it causes a lot of strife within the body. It causes the nervous system to kind of go haywire. And it's because it's incompatible. The past energy and the new energy, it's just not going to be able to fuse together as much as we would all like, right? We would all like time to just kind of do its thing and then we eventually feel better. But no, time happens so that we can find acceptance on our own timing, okay? We're all on this journey. We all have different timings in life, and Spirit Guide is really telling you, like, now is your time. You have awakened. You have, even if you feel like you haven't been able to make a choice, the paths that are opening to you are kind of going to influence the choices that you're going to be making in this time. Okay, that's what I'm hearing from Spirit. They're saying that don't worry about the timing so much as what is being presented in front of you. Do you think that you would feel good going into this space? Or do you think that, because going into that space might take a while, might take some effort? Or do you want to go somewhere where it's completely aligned for you, but it still requires effort? There is no easy way out of life, and there is no easy way to manifest. I don't know. That's what I'm channeling from Spirit. I think they're just trying to remind you, like, there is no easy choice. In every choice, there are things that we are sacrificing. There are things that we are choosing, and there are consequences to those choices. And so don't be too afraid of even having to face a consequence, because you will either way. And it's not like a scary thing. It's just like, that's just the truth. Like, you will encounter your own, like, different obstacles in each choice, right? It's just really like, do you want to choose the one that you're like aligning to, or do you want to like choose the one that is kind of like, it's kind of like given to you, but you don't really feel that strongly about? There's just some form of indecision here with the Three of Wands and the Two of Wands in reverse. I'm seeing that, a choice just hasn't been made. And so the path forward has yet to be paved. That's what I'm hearing. So don't be too afraid about the consequences, but just kind of realize, like, either way, life is life. You're going to experience the ups and downs. It's just, do you want to experience it while you're aligning with your truth, or the other way around, So that's really up to you. And Five of Pentacles in reverse shows me that, you know, you're not thinking small anymore, which is great, collective. You're thinking much larger now. And that expansion is kind of already like taking place within you. It's already showing up in reality. People are looking at you and they know that you're capable of a lot without you having to say anything. You hold this kind of dignity, you hold this kind of elegance that makes people understand that you take yourself seriously, and like you're not taking life 100% seriously, but you do not tolerate disrespect, and that exudes out of you. And so I don't, collective, if you're worried about being seen, about being heard, don't worry. Like, I struggle with that too, but just know that this world is safe for you to come out. You are a blessing to this world just the way you are, and I hope that you choosing you kind of creates a beautiful relationship with yourself, where your nervous system realizes that you are your backbone, you are your companion, you are your support, right? And yeah, I just really feel called to share this with you, but I recently had a dream where I accidentally bumped into someone and they held me with one arm. Okay, they held me with one arm because I almost fell. And then we shared like a look, and it was like a soul resonance. And I never met this person before because, you know, our brains like kind of like create faces sometimes. I've never met this person before, and so I just looked at his eyes and I was like, oh my God, I know you. I know you. And you're my home. I want to come back home to you. That's what I felt in the dream. And then I woke up, and then later on in the day, an artist posted a new song, and their album cover, it was that face. It was that person. It was the artist. And the artist, he makes music. And so I was like, oh my gosh, because I am also a musician. I am an artist as well. And so Spirit was telling me through symbolism, through dreams, that I can feel that held, like I can be held by me. I feel it now. And that soul resonance that I saw in that person's eyes was me remembering my own safety within myself, and me holding myself in this world without really needing to externalize that. In my dream, it was externalized so I could see it. But when I woke up, and then I saw the face, of course, like the first thing that came to my mind was like, oh my God, soul tribe kind of thing, you know? But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, okay, well, he's a celebrity. Let's say we never meet him, because that's pretty slim. I think that the symbolism is telling me that instead of externalizing that, it should be internalized. And there are ways to make your nervous system feel held while you're going through big pivotal changes that feel really scary. So that's just something that, you know, I've recently come to understand myself. And I just say better late than never, right? It's never, I try not to judge myself based on the timing, because I am a late bloomer. Like, a lot of things hit me like way later in life, I think. So I just stopped like the whole judging myself based on my own timing. I've really allowed myself to grow and expand at my own pace. And so this is one of my newest discoveries. I'm just sharing it with you guys. Let's pull out some of the angelic oracle, and then we'll close out the reading. If you guys have been enjoying this video, go ahead and give it a like, hype it up, and subscribe to the channel if you like the way I read. Angelic alignment 11. 11, 11. Angelic alignment. I am endlessly one with the angels and all that exists. Yes. I'm going to pull out one more and then we'll talk. Earth Angel 34. I came here to do things differently. Okay. I think the angels are reminding you that that you are one with the angels, that you are held by these angels while you're going through this. If you have yet to feel safe within just holding yourself, ask the angels to assist you to feel safer. Ask them, angels, please let me feel safety. Let me recognize the safety that is around me. Please allow me to see my blessings, to see that you are walking with me while I am navigating and circumventing life. All right. I think your angels are just asking you, ask us for help. We will help you. We will never say no. We want to help you. But we need you to ask us. We cannot come in and, oh wow, I really scratched myself up. We can't come in and just do things the way we want. We need to get your permission. And so Earth Angel, go ahead and ask your angels for help, because think of them as your cohort. Don't think of them as above you. Think of them as you being amongst them, because that's what you are. When you are an Earth Angel, what it means is that you are that light. You have just reincarnated here on Earth. And you're here to seed and root light into the earth again. It's our job. It's our mission. And as much as people would love to say, like, externalizing things by saying that you have a purpose here on earth, that you have a mission, it's just to avoid just being alive. But Earth Angel, you need to realize and wake up and not listen to people that don't hear their own mission, right? You're here to awaken people to their own calling, because they have yet to hear it themselves. And so don't take on what the naysayers are saying, because your path is to show people the way. It's to show people that pathway that they are unable to see. So naturally, you will encounter a lot of people that would like to negate what you know to be true. But your job here is not to please them. Your job here is not to allow them to make you have a different understanding about yourself. Your job is to be rooted in who you are and to spread the light that you know you embody and that you have. And to not let other people's words affect you at a soul level when you can tell that they have yet to touch their own souls. Right? Let naysayers be naysayers. Let them say what they want to say, but don't take it in. Do not internalize what you hear. Because, Earth Angel, one of the things about reincarnating is that you will reincarnate away from other Earth Angels. You will be one of very few that are here to do that work. And we're spread out all over the world so that we may reach more people that way. Because if we were all together, we'd probably just stay in that one community and like be in that light, right? And so realize that the people around you, they're most likely there asleep for you to come through and wake them up. And it's not an ego thing. You don't do it out of ego. You just naturally exude light energy. You don't need to say anything. You don't need to act any certain way. Just by being there, you bring so much light into that space. You bring so much light into people's lives, the ones that you're around. And as small as it may be, those people have other people that they know, right? And so that energy just kind of spreads. And yeah, I think the angels just want to remind you of just who you are. And yes, you may be a starseed. And yes, you may be a light worker, but you're also an earth angel. And earth angels are few. There's not that many, but their task is very powerful because they encounter a lot of people that just don't understand them, that don't want to, that just can't validate what they're experiencing because those people have not experienced it, you know? And so you've experienced a lot of gaslighting. You've experienced a lot of just opposition because of your soul remembrance. And so don't worry about what others have said to you and how you've handled it, because 10 out of 10 times they have seen a different perspective of the situation, and that's exactly why you were there. So know that you did and you're doing a great job by being you. And that's the beautiful thing about being an earth angel, is that your mission is to be you. Your mission is to exude your energy and nobody else's. And last thing I'll share about me is that I don't read self-help books. I don't read all of I don't even read esoteric literature. I don't read any of it, and part of it is because I don't enjoy reading, but another part of it is that I wanted to gain knowledge for myself. When I started diving deep into myself, I made it my mission to make it very personal, to understand where all of my information comes from, because I am so about the truth that I want my information to be absolutely rooted from the truth. And I get all of my information from source, from light energy that I allow in, that I channel. And a lot of the wisdom that I've gained and that I share with you guys is through me really tapping into my Akashic records. And so, that's just something about me and my perspectives. It's not really rooted in any kind of principles. It's not really rooted in any religion or culture. It's my own thing. It's something I've kind of cultivated for myself using tarot and using my connection with spirit. And so yes, that's where I get my information from. I don't know, maybe some of you guys are wondering where I'm actually rooted in, like, how I identify. I don't identify as much, honestly. I just kind of am just a human being, and I've allowed wisdom and knowledge to come through me in the most purest form, in the most unbiased form. And and that's why I'm sharing it with you guys, because I feel like my perspective is just a bit different because I've had to kind of grow it on my own. I really haven't ingested a lot of other texts that, it could be helpful. It could help me a lot. But I just have this thing where I'm like, no, I wanna do it on my own. Not that I need to do everything on my own, but when it comes to my truths, when it comes to what I express through my channel, I want it to come through my gifts. I want it to be rooted in what I know to be true. Okay? And so, yeah, guys, I hope that these messages helped you in any way. If they did, go ahead and give this video a like and hype it up, and subscribe to the channel if you like the way I read. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.